One obvious thing to check on your heater before you call any repairman is if the gas line is on or off. This is the off position. That's the on position. So always check that first before you call in a service person. So like anything, your heater will break down on you. Just be prepared to get it fixed, and if you're having a party, definitely check it a week before to make sure everything works before that party. Another thing to check too before you call is to make sure that the top of the heater, there's nothing obstructing this vent. If there's anything obstructing this vent, the heater will not activate. And the customer said their heater wasn't working, so I'm going to see if there's an error code that appears on this screen here. What will happen when the heater has a problem, it'll have the error code and it'll say service heater and it'll turn itself off. So that's very common in most heaters when there's an error code. Okay, this is a STA-RITE heater. It's got the buttons similar to the other heaters. It's got spa on, pool on, heater off, and it's got the temperature setting up and down. So it's pretty easy to read this one. And when the heater's on, this light will come on. And when there's a problem, these service lights will come on. And usually an error code will show up on the screen within the first couple of minutes when you turn it on if there's a problem with this heater. And when you first turn on this unit, it'll flash a couple numbers and it'll say R5. That's normal, that means it's operating. It's not an error code when it does that. I'm going to go ahead and put it in spa mode to turn the heater on. So that's the return line right there. And this is the suction line. And you may get confused if you have a side port valve. This off to the side controls the cleaner in your pool. But this is the main valve. You can always tell by the fact that it's just the main pipe's going into the pump. Actually, if you follow the pipe to the pump, you'll see that's the main suction line, and that this is just a cleaner side port line. And of course, an obvious way to check is to make sure that the spa is actually bubbling and containing itself in the self-contained area. That way you know you have the valves right. Okay, so I'm going to put the spa heater button on, and I'm going to check it's set at 103. This is how you adjust the temperature for the pool and spa. And you can also do the pool button, and it's set at 87 for the pool. The green light's on, so the spa is on. I'll see if it heats up. So the heater light is on, and there's no service light, so it's heating up fine. You can also feel back here, be careful, it's hot. Hot air coming out of there. So everything's working fine on this pool. And we want to make sure we turn it off when we're done. If you don't turn that off, and you put the valves back into pool mode, it'll just heat the pool up to 100 degrees. The heater doesn't recognize which mode it's in, it'll just heat up. That's just so you can set different temperatures for the spa and the pool, basically. Either button will turn on the heater. We'll make sure everything is off, and we'll go ahead and turn the valves back. You don't want to turn these valves while the system's on, it could cause a problem. And now it's back in pool mode. I can visually check that it's definitely back in pool mode. The spa jets are off, and the water feature is operating in full return mode. Now if you do get an error code on the heater, I would suggest looking online or looking in your owner's manual to see what the error is. There could be several things, one of 7 or 8 things wrong with the heater, and then you can find out what it is. And then I would definitely not try to do it myself. I would call a repair person, call the manufacturer, and I would ask who the warranty repair person is for heaters in your area. Even if your heater's out of warranty, the warranty repair person is probably the most reliable and reputable person to call.